Hello and welcome to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the Hindu Analysis where I will cover the backlogs of 5 and 6th May, and I have already uploaded the 7th May of Hindu Analysis. Due to the lack of time, I am not able to upload on the same day as I promised as a part 2, as a part 1, but I don't want to left that series also, because some editorials are important, so I considered it to upload it today. I know a little bit it's late, but tomorrow is my exam, but still I don't want to upload it too late, because after the exam I will able to upload the next editorial on Sunday. So that's why I just uploaded today. After somehow managing the time, I am just uploading within the 30 minutes, and I'm just giving the important we are front page already we have covered in the 7th May, so it's called the continuation series. And the different thing here is you will find that editorials, that what are the editorials where in the 6th May and 5th May. So I covered the all. Just you can check out also the 7th May of editorial. I've already uploaded it. So let's start with the recap what we are going to cover. And sorry, I'm really apologize for it, that I'm not the sequence is little bit disarranged, but the important thing is that there is a need of the editorial, and that should be updated. So I don't want I don't want to miss any editorial to be posted, so that I am uploading just one day before my exam. So just go through it, and also check out the 7th May editorial. So let's have a recap. The front page is covering the center directs to hold the civil defense drills. Modi Putin dials Modi and give a full support to fight against terror. Second is the Israel cabinet approved a plan for Gaza conquest to expansion military. Editorial here is I am talking about the messaging of putting IWT in ambience. It's all like editorial are the backlogs and previous one. Demise of the foreign aid in India, and important ones, the Lion tell Macau use the habitat strategically with a growing human presence. Fifth editorial covering about the threatened to 100% tariff on a film made outside the US, and the women, children among the 19 killed in Israeli Gaza strike. Sixth is about the hydrogen versus battery, the cost of clean public transport. We have discussed many times, but I'm just giving the brief summary about it. Amid the park tension, it is a 5th May current affair. So it was a continuation series to how the war is approaching, and now we are on that day that the war has begun already, and it's a very high time for us to just show a unity in our own country, have a cheers and faith in our army, that how he's strong in holding everything. So it's a very pride moment for us. Next is the game is on of inauguration of a Khelo India Youth in a 2025 sport complex Patliputra, Patna. Next editorial is about the revenge or retaliation, but a paradigm shift, and that's all. And next is the redrawing the not so pretty energy footprint. So I have covered all the 2 days of important editorials. So let's starting the editorial with the front page that I have already covered in the 7th May, that how the blackouts and mock drills has been going to be implemented, and is implemented on the 7th May, where there is a blackouts, volunteers are taking participations. Basically the mock drills of defense, air raid warning signs, blackouts measure, and camouflaging water installation will take place. Next is that the Russia is giving a full support to our Indian government to fight against terror. And what is the heinous attack of a Pahalgam that happened in Jammu Kashmir? Mr. Putin described the terror attack as a barbaric, with both sides calling for an uncompromising fight against terrorism. So all the countries are supporting India. Next is that the Israel cabinet approves plan for a Gaza with a military. So there is a conquest of a Palestine territory on official sets on Monday. An army called 10,000 for reserve. So it come in UN aid organization to repeatedly warn the humanitarian catastrophe on the ground and largely hated. So there is Israeli said the plan will expanded include other things. The case is already the panels report a case of finding on judge's house. So just go through it. It totally is important that messaging from putting the IWT in ambience. So what is IWT in ambience? What the ambience term defined here? So the IW Indus Water Treaty, and on April 24 about the Indus Water Treaty of 1916 ambience, will Pakistani cease the support for cross-border terrorism, and the term ambience is used by Government of India to suggest the temporary suspension. It's temporary suspension, leaving an open possibility for reinstatement, and should be Pakistan to take credibles to curb a terrorist and light of Pahalgam terror attack on April 22. So ambience find no legal recognitions under the IWT or Vienna Convention. It's of law treaties VCLT 1960. India is not a party to VSLT, while Pakistan has signed it but has ratified it. So the unilateral suspension and law international water law that promotes the water cooperation as a international legal order, critically Article 12 Part 3. So Article 12(3) and 4 stipulate that the modification of a termination that it seems a current status quo and the Pakistan. So the IWT, so the VCLT articles, let me just take in the new page. So here the VCLT articles 60, 61, 62 and 63. So it permit the suspension of a treaty. Only under exceptional circumstances such as material breach, impossibility of performances, fundamental change in circumstances respectively. So the treaty operation for India can choose the share with the Western water resources development on January. So on the January 25, the New Delhi noticed a citing a material breach of IWT and violated the treaty distribution resolution and outlined the Article 8 and 9. The time New Delhi has invoked the treaty as a counter-terrorism. So the Pakistan alleged support for cross-border terrorism constitutes such as breach, like Article 62, permit the treaty of suspension of withdrawal event for fundamental changes circumstances. Article 62 basically permits the treaty suspension. Or withdrawal event. So the IWT not customary international law explicitly links to terrorism to treaty obligation. So what is the decision to use ambience? And it is likely arises from strategic and tactical consideration. Cabinet Commission and security may have opted for ambience as a cautious step for address public sentiments quickly to solace the grieving families. So what are the legal objection? It has witnessed the construction of a run off the river project plan on Western River. So the choice of terminology is even more critical, like Pakistan is a current instability with the military losing the support to youth since Imran Khan imprisonment, and there is an international Kashmir issue during it. Let me just go through that. So choice of terminology is even more current. It is widely acknowledged that Pakistan has failing states, and there is a rattle hydle. Also many of these projects including are projects like what are the projects here? It's a Kishan Ganga and Baligarh eventually revolve the projects such as Tulbul navigation. It's Tulbul navigation and rattle remain uncertain. Sorry for this very bad handwriting. I will buy the stylus soon. In the week month ahead, we should witness a complex interplay in domestic and strategies of two-level game and Pakistani alleged support for terrorism. What is the ramification for India? So the one more global stage unilaterally violating the IWT is that could lead to India facing the Permanent Court of Arbitration and International Court of Justice. So it's on the same time the public sentiments demand a stronger stance against Pakistan, with some like it's public intellectuals advocating the skeleton military action akin to surgical strikes of 16 and 19. Uri surgical strikes and what a display strength of it, they do not address the root cause of cross-border terrorism. The challenges lie in navigating it. So the cross-border terrorism while advocating avoiding the harm to Indian owned social fabric. So these are the environmental stewardship also. Next is about, so what is the demise of a foreign aid? Let me just, so here the it's ambivalent, sometime welcoming, other times to US President Donald Trump, the death of a nail and the fast official aid for thanks for continuing the global conflict, anti-migration sentiments, and in fact India's writing has been clear for several years. So here the India sought to be international soon after independence to assist the developed world. So from there is a peak period was 1955 to 1965. Let's see. So its peak time is 1955 to 1965. What happened? It is not working. Yeah, it's 90. So it's 95, 1965. Western nations, there is a both organization both for humanitarian developed needs, and the development aid has shown almost constant decline, especially in the 1970 onwards. After 1990, from 1970 onward, there is a official development assistance proportion for gross national product, and what India seek now is a foreign direct investment. So the private non-governmental organization engaged in the development work referred to as NGO will more be affected by a decline in the both function officials and private. NGOs are not only take up the slacks in government provision but also give a mirror in the truth in governments. So the probable reason is like the ambivalent attitude of Indian government receipt of foreign aid by NGOs while allowing NGOs to accept the aid. Government regulation has though with the several restrictions since 1976. The FCRA passed even before the declaration, and also the act that rules have been amended in 2010, 12, 11, 20, 23, again 24. So it's a more stringent, and several NGOs have lost their FCRA. Certain private donors such as the Soros Foundation have been also actively discouraged. So while the foreign may add have drawbacks such as bringing ideas not entirely always suited to India. So the capacity of India to it is also a capacity of India NGOs to, it also allowed the NGOs to play a valuable watchdog role. Abuses by government, mark force voicing the dissent against police. So just go through one time. So this is a basically demise of foreign aids in India and how it is continuing global conflicts, anti-immigration, economic development, offering, and also the share becoming the political religious ideologies within the country. So it's a wholesome discussion about it. Next is that the lion-tailed macaw uses a habit strategically to a growing human presence. So here about the endemic, it was the studies of CWS Wildlife Studies Center for Wildlife shows that how the endangered and endemic lion-tailed macaw, Maca salinus, scientific name is Maca salinus, IUCN status is endangered and endemic and found in a Western Ghats. Cities, according to its cities, it's in a, come under Appendix 1. So it's a movement in the Western Ghats of the India, already have been given here. Silent Valley of the national parks highlights the conducted in National Silent Valley of how differences in the forest management in a behavior within the forest structure. So lion-tailed macaw found only in the Western Ghat. So that's why endemic particular species is found in a particular region only. That's why endemic. So there is a 4,000 individual remains, and Silent Valley National Park remains stronghold for its conservation. So study led by the Sikharan Haran, a doctor followed at CWC tracked two troops of lion-tailed macaw, one in a boundary of buffer zone, and another in the park core zone. So that's what. Moving to the next is that the Trump threatened a 100% tariff on film medicine outside. So there was news that he will maintain a 100% tariff on outside of all the movies containing the outside coming to the country that are produced in foreign lands, and a very fast that he wrote a planning to other countries to offering all incentive to draw filmmakers studios from US. Next is that the women children among the 19 killed in Israel Gaza Strip. The 19 persons were in war raised in Palestinian territory. Soon I will upload all the geographical locations that are in the current affair newses. That's why that can be important, because already the incidents are happening in certain geographical locations. That is important as a current affair. Soon, if I let's see, I've got a time, then I will upload soon of important geographical locations. Moving to the next, it's about the hydrogen versus battery, the cost of cleanup and support. So already we have a lot of discuss about the hydrogen, green hydrogen support, how it is the hydrogen support is expected. So the Lancet study report that 2008 to 9 short term exposure is PM 2.5. It's PM 2.5 parties, and nearly 30,000 deaths deaths annually across the 10 major cities, presenting 7.2% of all death. 5,100 per death in Mumbai, and 4,687 in Kolkata, 2,807 in Chennai. This chart shows electric transport cost of cleaning and hydrogen cell buses, and the 20-30% more the battery their electric counterpart. Moving to the next is that the center withdrawn to ask the 2 genome edited paddy varieties. So 2 paddy varieties are how they are, what are the advantages and what are the varieties are. So there's a what is the what have they have qualities, and first they have a potent potential to harm human and causes irreversible damage to environment. These are the disadvantages, and also everybody has a pros and cons also. So these are the cons. And ICER government framing the representing the farmer side announced to reflect the troubling of the privatizing still held down. So therefore it's testing deregulate the site directed nucleases, SD1 and SD2 gene editing techniques in country. Also the center has announced the development of 2 gene edited variety of rice, Kamla DRA, Indian Institute of Rice, ICR, Hyderabad Pusa, and these are developed by Indian Agriculture Research Institute. Next is that post-treaty hold the India's resolve to ultimately release the water from dams of Chenab River. So what are the water in 7th May also I've discussed what are the Chenab which rivers contributing factor. Here the Chenab River contributing, here the Jammu Kashmir dams, the Balighar and Sals Dam. What are the dams there? It's Balighar and Sals Dam in Jammu Kashmir on the Chenab River. First consequential water based action there, and this reason called flushing the reservoir round routine annual activity and terror. Pakistan unimpeded while also accumulated by sediments to maintain it. The Balighar is a 900 MK megawatt hydrogen project in the reservoir, has 475 million cubic and is run of cubic river projected, meaning not designed to store the large. A power that is purchase agreement in a Dakshin Haryana Bijli Vinantran Nigam and Uttar Pradesh Vitran Nigam to purchase the electricity generated. So the Salai Power Dam is a rated district of 690 watt mega hydropower. Moving to the next is the 5th May, that covering these are the what is the India Pak tension Air Force Chief Miss and the inauguration of Khelo India there in the sport complex. Sudan Foreign Minister to visit the Pakistan. It will arrive in Delhi later this week. Abbas Argachi will arrive in Islamabad on Monday and I had a visit to Delhi this week. 10th is the editorial that covering is that redrawing not the pretty so energy footprint of AI. So how it is like the effort required to complete a certain task, like chat GTP 4 you can generate a Studio Ghibli inspired portrait in seconds and just prompt. So and leveraging the nuclear energy, especially small modular reactor, is possible alternative. So can energy footprint, there is energy footprint of AI also. It working on other things, can it also act for nuclear energies? So AI is not free. Every time you use ChatGPT as a AI tool somewhere in the world, and there is generated a lot of fossil fuels also. So the tweeted ChatGPT but GPU are melting. Over tweeted that Sam Altman, CEO of the OpenAI, said that projection indicated these data center account for a 10% world's total electricity uses by 2030. So yet the increased adaptation, ambitious projects planning impaired the training and AI model, whether there is a controversial tool GTP. So there is the power resources consumption is staggering, and it becomes the avoid a more unstable AI adaptation grows. So how it is a mandate to disclose the environmental impact also. The first is how much energy being consumed. Second, where it is coming from. Third, what is the step taken to minimize. So what is the advantages of SMRs? So here writer is talking about and leveraging nuclear energy, specifically SMR. It's small modular reactor. The nuclear energy, particularly SMR, is discussed seriously. While this often discussed as a heated debate, this is also a powerful potential solution of energy and technology. And AI also happening fast, and current energy infrastructure will also be able to keep. So SMR present a transformative opportunity, the globe energy landscape, to support the blooming AI data infrastructure. So the adoption of SMR is not without the challenges. Significant policy shift will address the safety, waste management. Sorry for the inconvenience. So here the transformative opportunity, the global energy landscape, to support the booming AI data infrastructure. So the ability to provide 24/0 carbon based electricity make them as an ideal alternative to renewable sources such as solar and wind energy, ensuring a stable energy supply regardless of weather condition. So SMR also enhances the safety features, passive safety systems that code safety subtly down, reducing the risk and easier to integrate into reason. And the cost of electricity from SMR is predicted to fall 10.3 to 5 per kilowatt hour after the reactor as functional. So in conclusion, public private PPP, it's the model present a realistic solution to leveraging strength of both sectors, while the model can facilitate the development of SMR alongside the form of renewable energy. Renewable energy. So to support the advancement in AI. So moving to the last tutorial here, and also ending this session with this last tutorial with the summary. So it's not a revenge or it's a revitalization, but a paradigm shift. So writer talking about the Pahalgam terror attack that April 22 has put the Delhi Islamabad into different trajectory from the past, and should alert the entire strategic community. So there was the civilians being targeted in Mumbai 2008 attack, men from women identifying them religion, and by then executing them is just aimed not terrorizing Indians. It's a crushing, a slowly reviving Kashmir economy, but also strengthening the communal revolt. So unlike the Fidai attacks of past, where terrorists were sent in the cannon fodder, continue to kill eliminated security forces. So what it is a response that is not just revenge. So there is a craft of long term responses here in a different deterrence. Short term and seek changes pattern in cross border. So most of the analysis took at the response of Uri. Here what are the responses? So begin with the necessary analyze India's varied response of attack of similar magnitude over a past period. So we have a many similar past attacks already, that Uri 2016, Pulwama attack 2019, it's Pulwama attack 2019, Mumbai attack 2008. So there is the Indian Army mobilized the Operation Parakram, and after the Mumbai attacks, the government launched international campaign that pushed the Pakistan to admit that terrorists had been raised and trained on its territory. So there is a Pakistan was first to put a FTF, its Financial Task Action Force, and that is a grey list for a terror financing and money laundering in 2000 in a laundering. So in 2007, the Samjhauta Express tracks, and in January 2000, after the Pathankot attack, India asked the Pakistan to join investigation and Pathankot Air Force Base in 2016. So there already after the Uri attack, the LOC attacked terror camps in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and the 2019 Indian Air Force bombed a terror camp in Balakot outside the POK, so which then saw a counter mobilization by Pakistan Air Force and accidentally shot down of Indian side. So given that Pahalgam attack appeared to have been deliberately planned provocation, another similar response from India will be expected, that it would have been a war gamed that already been strategic portion for strike that catches slide awareness. So what is a clear indicator which become two recent speeches that calling for Pakistan to become a hard state, underlying religious differences between Hindus and Muslim, two nation theory, and a reference to Kashmir as a jugular vein. General Munir was commissioned in when the ideological purpose of the Pakistan army was faith and discipline to radicalize and Imam Taqwa, Jihad, fi Islani, and this likely to have lasting imprint. So also the Imran Khan, another pressure point is continued popularity of Imran Khan. Is the biggest critic. He's in jail for 2 years. The role of China is another wild card. Like particularly India as a response to Pahalgam heard the well-trenched attacks led call by some of the Delhi and definitive a map-making cartological changes capturing. So diplomatic road is ahead is that United States, UAE, European Union, Saudi joining the chorus and attempting to meditate by calling Delhi and Islamabad to de-escalate. So IWT could be seen as diplomatic pushback from World Bank and including upper riparian states such as China and lower riparian Bangladesh. So you can see India has suffered a watered down settlement, TRF resistant tariff for the resistant force, Lashkar-e-Taiba LET that initially claimed responsibility for Pahalgam attack. Despite that, India must have been listing a request of UNC designation of TRF at that leadership, but did not let after the Mumbai attacks, Jaish-e-Mohammed after Pulwama convinced the US and other list of TRF as foreign terrorist organization FTO in their countries. Diplomatic campaign also CCIT India proposes the 1990 could reorganize the opposition leaders. So LOC as a border. Finally, it's a time to reconsider. That idea was prematurely discarded nearly 2 decades ago, sealing the LOC into more formal border. And too many years, Pakistan military has used this LOC as convenient conduit to bring over recruits, training, and send over terrorists to carry out attacks in India. So how they use this as an advantageous way of sealing the borders here. And Pahalgam massacre, that attack was aimed at stopping the demographic changes in Jammu and Kashmir. So on its side, LOC and POK, however, Pakistan completed demographic changes, settling non-Kashmiris, army officers, and other areas having Gilgit-Baltistan, even if they were coercive. So this is a vital to call the time of death. On Rawalpindi, Julgar Vein theory and dreams of unifying disparate regions, New Delhi must revisit the LOC agreement proposal 2007 that sought to turn LOC as a ceasefire line, de facto border, international border in future. So role of international community, ensuring that Pakistan commits to it if it wishes to ensure lasting equilibrium in the region. So that's for all. Let's have a summary and ending this session. Front page is covering that civil defense drills about to support of Russia. Editorial covering about the IWT in abeyance. Second, we cover about the Israel cabinet Gaza with expansion military. Sixth is covering about the Trump threatened 100% tariff. Eighth, we cover demise of foreign aid and lion tail Macau. Fifth page covering it. Seventh is the comparison of green hydrogen versus battery. Eighth is about the genome edited paddy rice and post India whole treaty. 10th we cover about the editorials of not so pretty and energy footprint of AI. Of a 5th May we'll cover about these all things. Last editorial about retaliation but a paradigm. So that's for today. Soon I will upload the editorial, as I said that on weekends I will upload all the revision series of after that till 7 I have uploaded it. 8 9 10 it is left, so I will upload on the at the Sunday after my exams will be over. I need at Saturday I will taking some rest, so Sunday I will upload at a time. So just stay tuned and just share this, subscribe to my channel if you are visiting to first time, and share if you find it content is good, worthy. If you are someone is preparing for this exam, also need editorial in the phase of the means writing and interview writing, these editorial help them in lot for giving some ideas and getting it all. So now the prelims are aging, so for that also editorial gives like a holistic approaches for us. It also prepare you for the means writing interview and prelims. Prelims will cover, of course the prelims will cover. So thank you for today, and hope you will understand the things are like I'm trying to handle all the things at the same time. That's why I'm just the time is lacking here, and but still I'm trying to managing that, not skipping all the editorial, try to upload it at time. So just cooperate with me and stay connected. Soon if I get time I will come with a more apart from editorial I will also come with all the current affairs, like the maps, the places that are important in the nearby current affairs. If I got time I will upload everything. So thank you, and just give me a feedback suggestion. I can see that there is no feedback and suggestion about my tutorial. Maybe that I am beginner, I know I am starting, I am also just reading, I am not so much explaining, but I am doing my, at least I am doing from the 4 or 5 months, and from doing 4 or 5 months I get a lot of ideas that what are editorials are important and what is important for the point of view. So you can trust on me that I am not waste your time, because this editorial also take for making this editorial almost I take my 1 hour is used in this editorial for collecting all the important newses and then adding up and making the slides and coming with this. So hope you will appreciate my this approaches and efforts. So thank you, and just see you in next editorial. Till now, stay hydrated, stay healthy, and study well. Thank you.